In the year 732, the fate of Europe hung in the balance. The Battle of Tours was a pivotal moment in history, where the forces of the Umayyad Caliphate clashed with the Frankish army led by Charles Martel. This battle would determine the future course of European civilization. The Franks, under the command of Charles Martel, managed to halt the northward advance of the Umayyad forces, securing a victory that has been celebrated as a turning point for Western Europe. But what if history had taken a different turn? What if the Moors had won the Battle of Tours? How would Europe have changed under Islamic rule? In the early 8th century, the Umayyad Caliphate had rapidly expanded its empire, stretching from the Iberian Peninsula to the borders of China. Their sights were set on further conquest in Europe. The Battle of Tours, fought in 732 near the city of Tours in modern-day France, was a decisive conflict between the Umayyad forces and the Frankish army led by Charles Martel. The Franks, though outnumbered, used strategic positioning and surprise tactics to achieve victory. This battle is often credited with preserving Christian Europe from Islamic expansion. But if the outcome had been different, the course of history would have changed dramatically. Had the Moors won at Tours, they would have likely consolidated their power in the region. With their military prowess, the Umayyad forces could have quickly established control over the Frankish territories. This new Islamic rule would have posed a significant challenge to the neighboring European kingdoms, prompting a mixture of resistance and adaptation. Kingdoms to the east and north of France might have fortified their borders, seeking alliances to counter the new threat. Meanwhile, some local rulers could have chosen to collaborate with the Moors, hoping to retain their positions of power under the new regime. The swift establishment of Islamic governance would have seen the introduction of new administrative practices and legal frameworks. The Umayyads, known for their efficient bureaucracy, would have implemented systems to manage taxation, justice, and public order. The integration of Islamic law, or Sharia, into the local legal systems would have been a gradual process, blending existing traditions with new regulations. This hybrid legal system would have shaped the social and political landscape, influencing everything from trade regulations to property rights. The immediate years following the victory would have been a period of significant transformation, laying the groundwork for a new era in European history. Under Islamic rule, Europe would have experienced the spread of Islam, with mosques replacing churches and Arabic becoming a prominent language. The conversion of local populations would have been a gradual process, influenced by trade, intermarriage, and the integration of Islamic practices into daily life. This blending of cultures would have enriched European art, music, and literature, creating a unique fusion of Islamic and Christian traditions. Having defeated their biggest rivals, the Islamic nation easily could have found themselves in a golden age. This age would have become known for its remarkable achievements in science, mathematics, medicine, and philosophy, and would have left a profound impact on Europe. Centers of learning, such as universities and libraries, would have sprung up across the continent, fostering an environment of intellectual growth and innovation. Scholars from various backgrounds would have collaborated, leading to advancements that might have accelerated the Renaissance by several centuries. This united version of Europe under Islamic rule would have expanded Europe's trade networks, linking it with the vast and prosperous markets of the Islamic world. This increased trade would have brought wealth and urban development, transforming medieval European cities into bustling economic hubs. Agricultural innovations introduced by the Moors, such as advanced irrigation techniques and new crops, would have revolutionized European agriculture, enhancing food production and supporting population growth. The Islamic governance, characterized by a complex administrative system and codified laws, would have reshaped Europe's political landscape. Islamic law would have been integrated into local legal systems, influencing governance at all levels. The establishment of a centralized bureaucracy, with efficient tax collection and judicial systems, would have strengthened the authority of the state and ensured more effective governance. Local rulers and nobility would have had to adapt to the new political order, navigating the balance between traditional European practices and the demands of Islamic governance. European monarchies might have adopted aspects of Islamic administration, leading to a unique hybrid of political structures that blended Islamic and European traditions. This could have resulted in more meritocratic and organized government systems, with a greater emphasis on education and public service. The integration of diverse legal and administrative practices would have fostered a more dynamic and adaptable political environment. Over time, this hybrid system could have led to the development of new forms of governance that combined the strengths of both Islamic and European traditions. The long-term consequences of this battle are even more interesting to think about than the short-term effects on Europe. A Moorish victory at Tours would have significantly altered the balance of power in Europe. The continent might have seen the rise of new political entities and alliances, with Islamic rule playing a central role in shaping the geopolitical landscape. This alternate history scenario could have also influenced European colonialism and exploration, potentially altering the course of global history. The expansion of Islamic influence into Europe could have created new dynamics in the relationships between European powers and their overseas colonies, leading to different patterns of colonization and cultural exchange. The enduring legacy of Islamic rule in Europe would have been visible in the cultural, scientific, and political fabric of the continent. The long-term impact of this alternate history scenario would have shaped the development of European identity, creating a more diverse and multifaceted cultural landscape. The integration of Islamic and European traditions would have resulted in a unique and dynamic society, with a rich heritage of cultural and intellectual achievements. This reimagined history invites us to consider the profound influence that pivotal moments can have on the course of civilizations and the ways in which different outcomes could shape our world. In the modern world, the legacy of a Moorish victory at Tours would be visible in the cultural, scientific, and political fabric of Europe. The influence of Islamic rule in Europe would have created a more diverse and inclusive society, with a rich tapestry of cultural traditions and intellectual achievements. What do you think would have happened if the Moors had won the Battle of Tours? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing explorations of history's what-ifs.